Welcome friends to my channel Trading Sensation. I hope you all are doing well. Yes friends, as promised, I have started making a series of videos based on basics of technical analysis. I have already made a video just on basics of stock market. If by now you have not yet watched it, please do watch it and provide your valuable feedbacks. Yes friends, I would like to say that people use lot of derivatives on the chart. So what do I mean by derivatives? Derivatives are nothing other than indicators and oscillators. Why I am calling derivatives? Friends, you have done maths in school, in higher school, correct? You have done derivatives over there. So whatever we derive from some underlying is called derivative. So people put RSI, people put Bollinger Band, people put ADX, stochastic, moving average, people put whole lot of indicators, oscillators on the chart and try to create strategies, but people forget that those indicators or oscillators, those all are derived from price. Do you know any of those formulas? Just Google it and see the formulas of RSI, see the formulas of stochastic, see the formulas of ADX, see the formulas of moving average. You will find in every formula some way or the other price has been used. So they all are derivatives of price. So my friend, I hardly use derivatives. I mostly use price actions. Yes friends, and in this video I'm going to share one of my favorite candlesticks. Please do watch it till the end because it is not only one candlestick but a series of candlesticks of the same category. I'll also I'll also show you that how important it is for your overall analysis. Now let me just tell you another important thing, friend. For me, this chart is nothing other than visual representation of emotion. You may ask me that whose emotion you are telling. I would say this emotion is a summation of emotion of all the market participants. Yes, there are two categories of participants. One is buyers and the other one is sellers. So on the chart, whatever you are looking, this is the summation of both the participants' emotion. Yes. Now, just a small example I would like to share. Say, for example, you have gone to a diagnostic center for doing ECG. Clear? Now, you can see the graph which is moving up, down, up, down, up, down. What is that? That is the visual representation of your electrical impulse provided by the heart, or which is coming out from the heart, how your heart is beating. You cannot see it in open eyes, but you can see it when it has been depicted or when it has been provided on the paper. Now, in the same way, on this graph or on this chart, you can see the visual representation or the pictorial representation of the summation of emotions. Yes, so try to understand the pulse of the market, try to understand the emotion, that what the present emotion is like. Clear? Now I would like to tell you another important thing is we all are emotional creatures. Clear? And the market participants are also human beings. Hence, suppose for stock A, if I assume that you and me are the only market participant, for stock A you have a perception that it would rise, and for me I have a perception that it would come down. When both of us agree to disagree, then only price pops up. I'm not giving any definition from the IIM books. I'm not giving any definition from the elite institutes. I'm just telling it from my own experience. So when both of us agree to disagree, price pops up. So how that price has popped up? It has popped up from our perception of the market, from a perception of that particular counter. Your perception was something, my perception was the opposite. When both of us agreed to disagree, price popped up. So it has come out from the emotions. Correct? So try to understand and delve deeper behind those 4 data points. That is my main motive of this video. Yes. So let me just share you that candlestick. I know that you can't wait anymore. I would like to share Doji. Yes, friend. You know the name of Doji. But if I ask you what is the story of Doji? Friend, you have one story in life. I have my own story. Your friends have their own story. Your parents have his or her own story. Correct? So every individual in a society have their own story. So in that same way, every candle on the chart has its own story. You should know the story. Until and unless you know the story, then you will never be successful, my friend. Whatever strategy you can use, because no strategy is eternal. It will change with the passage of time. Clear? Now, I have drawn one doji. This is the highest point, this is the lowest point. Let me just write the open and close. So this is the open, and open is sometimes is equal to close, or you can say it is nearer to close. Clear? So open is equal to close or nearer to close. Now let me just write the data points. So I am writing the highest point as say 110. I am taking these values randomly. I'll show you on the chart that whether it works or not. Just keep watching. I'm keeping the lowest point as 90, and I'm keeping the open say as it can be 95. Clear? And maybe the close is around okay, let me write it in this way. Open is equal to 95, and close is equal to 94.5, 95. Sometimes it can be 95.5, it can be 96, it can be 94, something like that. That means it is, the closing point is nearer to open, or you can say the opening point is nearer to close. Clear? So let me just share the story with you. Keep watching it. We just draw this. Now I'm taking another color just to help you out to recognize the points. Now let me write the open is equal to how much? You can tell it is 95 at 9:15 a.m. This is the lowest point. Low is equal to how much? 90. Say at 12:30 p.m. This is the highest point. High is equal to 110 at, you can say, 2 p.m. This is the closing point. Close is equal to say 95 point, or you can say 94.5 at 3:30 p.m. Clear? Now let me draw another line here. So just watch it minutely that market opened at 9:15 when the price was 95. It opened at 9:15 when the price was 95. Here it is coming down. Why? Because there was selling pressure, because the bears dominated the bulls, because the supply pressure was greater than the buying pressure, and you know when supply is greater than demand, then price comes down, and vice versa. And from here you see at 12:30 when the price made low at or is equal to 90, then the bulls came in and became so active that they pushed the price on the higher side. Lot of demand came in and the price went up and made a high around 2 p.m. which was 110. Now again at this level the bears became very active and they started to generate pressure over the bulls. So the selling pressure was greater than the buying pressure. Hence the price started to come down, and at 3:30 p.m. the price closed at 94.5, which is near to the opening point. Hence we can say that the candle forms like this, which is a doji. So the story is, you need to understand the emotion. At first there was selling pressure due to which it came down. Then after a certain point of time, again it went up, and then again due to some selling pressure, again it came down and closed towards the opening point. Now you need to write down the story in words. Let me just write down. So let me just change the font size. Yes, doji represents confusion in the market. Doji represents tug of war in the market. But between whom? Confusion between whom? Confusion between buyers and sellers. Tug of war between whom? Between bulls and bears. So doji represents confusion in the market. Doji represents tug of war in the market. Now remember few more words. Doji occurs at the end, or you can say at the fag end of any trend, that is either UT or DT. So UT means uptrend or DT means downtrend. So you will see doji always occurs at the end of any trend. If it occurs after an uptrend, you will say that that is a fag end. I mean 90 to 95% possibility that that particular point will be the reversal point. Yes, I'll write down in the next point. So whenever I'm writing this point in bold letter, whenever doji occurs on the chart, be sure that the previous trend will reverse within 2 to 4 candles. Yes, that means whenever doji occurs on the chart, be sure that the previous trend, suppose previous trend was uptrend, then within 2 to 4 candles of its occurrence, the trend will reverse to downtrend. Yes, and if it occurs after a downtrend, then within 2 to 4 candles, the trend will reverse from downtrend to an uptrend. So I'll show you this thing on the chart right now. Just keep watching. So this is Nifty, the favorite index for all, and everyone trades in Nifty. Everyone knows about Nifty. You see here, my friend, from this 14th of Feb, market started to come down. There was a crash across the globe. Now let me just draw so that you understand. Here you see the downtrend started. Clear? From this day you can see the downtrend started, and you see after this downtrend, what is this candle, my friend? This candle, yes, this is a doji. This is a doji, and I told you that within 2 to 4 candles the trend reverse. So the previous trend was downtrend. I have marked this with this blue arrow, and after its occurrence here, you see the trend reverses from down to uptrend, my friend. So I'll show you on hourly chart as well. So let me just adjust the chart a bit. So here you see the recent example, my friend. Let me draw here. So here you see that the trend was up from here to here. Clear? And you see the candle here. You just see the candle here. This is doji. And after that you see the downfall started. It made a high of around 12,013 and it came down to 11,877. Now you see after that particular point, here is also another doji, and after that you see the price started to come down, my friend, here. Clear? The high was around 12,015 and it came down to around this 11,670. Now you see another recent example. You see the price from here, it came down it came down to this particular point, correct? From here it came down to this particular point. Now see candle here, my friend. What is this candle? Let me just zoom in a bit. What is this candle, my friend? This is a perfect doji. Just see, within 2 to 4 candles the trend reversed. Now let me just zoom out so that you can understand it better. You see the high was here around 12,015. It made a low of around this 11,550, and you just calculate the difference, and after that you see the trend reversed from here, and it is almost at the all-time high now. Now in between also you can see few dojis here which you can use for your intraday trading purpose. Here you see the trend was up from this particular point 11,700. It made a high of around 11,900, and you see a doji here, and after that the trend reverses. Clear? Let me just show you another example, which is the favorite stock for all the retailers, Reliance Industries. Now I'll be showing it on the daily, I'll be showing it on the 5 minutes chart as well. So here you see, my friend, what is this candle after that crash which happened at the end of February. You see this candle here, this is doji. So the previous trend, I am not drawing the arrow, you just understand it. This is the downtrend you can see, and after that you see the doji, and I mentioned that within 2 to 4 candles there should be a reversal. Clear? So the previous trend was downtrend. After its occurrence within 2 to 4 candles, that trend reversed from downtrend to uptrend. Let me just show you the 5 minutes chart for intraday traders. I'll show you the recent examples if you want. Yes, my friend, a very recent example. This is of 12th and 13th November. You see from here, let me just draw the arrow from here to this particular point. So the trend was up, you can see the trend was up. Clear? Now here you see it's a doji. Just look at it minutely. It's a doji here, and I told you within 2 to 4 candles. So after that 1, 2, 3. So within the next 2 to 4 candles, the trend reversed from this uptrend to downtrend. The price moved from this 1968 to this 2030, and from here the high was around 2033. It made a low of almost at this point 1990. So you just calculate the difference, and this is the stock for Reliance. This is no other stock. So for intraday also you can use this particular candlestick for your identification of trend reversal, my friend. Yes, but don't look below 5 minutes of periodicity. Now let me just tell you few other things also. Let me just open one new file. So friend, there are different kinds of doji. What I have shown you was a normal doji. Now people can tell, or people can name this one as a long legged doji. This one, you can name it as a long legged doji. So a normal doji, or let me just write down the name so that it becomes easier for you to understand. Long legged doji. So this long legged doji is very similar to the normal doji, which occurs either at the end of an uptrend or downtrend. Now let me just draw few other dojis. I'll tell you one doji which is not there even in the book, my friend. Yes, you won't find that doji anywhere. I'll show you. So please keep watching. So next I'm drawing another doji. So this is called a gravestone doji. Let me just write it down. Gravestone doji. Remember that gravestone doji, let me just write the data points also so that it becomes easier for you. This is the high, and open is equal to low is equal to close. So this gravestone doji occurs mostly after an uptrend, and this is a very bearish candlestick pattern, my friend. Yes, whenever you see that a gravestone doji has formed, be sure that within next 2 to 4 candles, the trend will reverse to bearish trend, or you can say downtrend, because this itself is a very bearish pattern, my friend. The way I have explained the story in normal doji, try to maintain or try to write down that story on pen and paper. Try to jot it down. Please do that and share it with me. If you need any kind of rectification or any kind of suggestion, I am always there to help you out. Now let me just draw the other doji. This is called dragonfly doji. Dragonfly doji. Yes, friend, this is just the opposite of gravestone doji. Let me just write down the data points here. Open is equal to high is equal to close, but the low is different here. So this is a very bullish pattern, and you will see that dragonfly doji mostly occurs at the end of a downtrend, and yes, after that within 2 to 4 candles the trend reverses to an uptrend. This is very bullish in nature. Please do watch this gravestone and dragonfly doji. They are very rare. You will hardly find these two types of doji on the chart, but if you do find it, please add your conviction to higher levels, because it will never prove you wrong. Now let me just write down the last doji form that you will not find anywhere. I can give you that assurance. So I am writing, or I am drawing, you can say, a doji. This is called a 4-star doji. Yes, my friend, this is called a 4-star doji. We know that circuit happens, upper circuit, down circuit, or lower circuit. Clear? So whenever there is circuit in the market, these things happen. Let me just write down the data points. So open is equal to low is equal to high is equal to close. Yes, so open is equal to low is equal to high is equal to close. So whenever there is any circuit in any stock or any index, then you will see this 4-star doji where open is equal to low is equal to high is equal to close. It can be on the upside, it can be on the downside. If this particular price action you see on the chart and this is higher compared to the last price, we say that there is an upper circuit. If this is lower compared to the last price, we say there is a lower circuit. So whenever there is circuit, you will see this particular candle. Let me just show you one, so that let me just type CG power. And let me just go to daily only. Just see, friends, this is called a 4-star doji. This is called a perfect 4-star doji where the open is equal to low is equal to high is equal to close. Just see the price here, my friend. I am just putting the cursor here. So you see the price. So open is 5.8, low is 5.8, high is 5.8, close is 5.8. So this particular candle is called 4-star doji, and this particular doji is not mentioned anywhere. So I hope this will add some value to you in your trading perception, in your trading style. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Yes, and please do share it with your near and dear ones. I'll keep making videos for you all. Thank you. Goodbye.